My name is Bobby Carmona. Today is December 8th, 2018. This is my week 6 video submission discussing the digestive system and its process. Per the video, we'll be discussing what happens when you eat something, in this particular case a cheeseburger. To begin, I'm going to be demonstrating the pathway with this diagram here. The food, or the cheeseburger in this case, begins its journey through the digestive system in the mouth, which is located here, which is also called the oral cavity. Here, different components or accessory organs are present, like the tongue, teeth, and salivary glands. The teeth chop up the food into the small pieces, which are moistened by saliva before the tongue and other muscles push the food into the pharynx, which is this little area right there. The pharynx, or the throat, is a tunnel-shaped tube connected to the posterior end of the mouth. Again, this little area right there. The pharynx is responsible for passing of masses of chewed food from the mouth to the esophagus, in this case again a cheeseburger. The pharynx also plays an important role in the respiratory system, but because it serves two functions, it contains a flap of tissue known as the epiglottis that acts as a switch to route food to the esophagus and air to the larynx. And there, you can't see it in this one, but this is the esophagus here. Okay. The esophagus is a muscular tube connecting the pharynx to the stomach that is part of the upper gastrointestinal tract. It carries swallowed masses of chewed food along its length. At the inferior end of the esophagus is a muscular ring called the lower esophageal sphincter, or cardiac sphincter, which functions is to close and open the esophagus like a trap, which enters food into the stomach. Again, the stomach is this sac right there. Okay. The stomach is a muscular sac that is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity. Again, this little thing right there. Okay. Which is inferior to the diaphragm. In an average person, the stomach is about the size of their two fists placed next to each other, and this major organ acts as a storage tank for food so that the body has time to digest large meals properly. The stomach also contains hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes that continue the digestion of food that begin in the mouth. After this process, it goes into the small intestines, which are all these nicely compacted organs you can see here. Okay. They are long, thin tubes about 1 inch in diameter and about 10 feet long, which is part of the lower gastrointestinal tract. Again, it is located inferior to the stomach and takes up most of the space in the abdominal cavity. The entire small intestine is coiled like a hose, and the inside surface is full of many ridges and folds, as you can see in the little diagram here, how it's nicely folded in all the ridges right there. These folds are used to maximize the digestion of food and absorption by the nutrients. By the time food leaves the small intestine, around 90% of all nutrients have been extracted from the food that entered it. Technically not part of the digestion, but different accessory organs like the gallbladder, pancreas, and liver, which are not very noticeable here, but you can see gallbladder here, and behind it a little pancreas section right there. Those are accessory organs which also filter and absorb the different nutrients that the small intestine disperses. Okay, but as far as the cheeseburger goes, a lot of the nutrients have then already been transported to different accessory organs, and any waste continues down the tract, which is then composed of the large intestine, which is a long, thick tube around 2.5 inches in diameter and 5 feet in length, which you can see here around, and actually around here. Okay, right there. It is located just inferior to the stomach and wraps around the superior and lateral border of the small intestine. It absorbs water and contains many symbiotic bacteria that aid the breakdown of the waste to extract some small amounts of nutrients. Feces in the large intestine then exit the body through the anal canal, which you can see how it wraps around, comes down, and then down into the anal canal. From there, that's where the cheeseburger ends its journey. Thank you very much for watching my video.